Hi guys. Here's something interesting. Many times we want to skip a few steps. We want to arrive before we go. We want to reap before we sow. We want to understand before we learn. We want to walk before we crawl. And unfortunately, life just doesn't work like that, does it? It doesn't. It may seem like it does for other people, but I assure you, they most of them just simply had to crawl before you knew. They've been through the hard part. It just looks like they haven't now, but most of them really have already been through it. Now this does not mean that you are left behind. It doesn't even mean that you won't get there. It actually doesn't have to mean anything except for what you make of it, really. All it means is that someone else is at a certain place and you at whatever place you're at, and you want to get somewhere, they want to get somewhere, and maybe they're there already, and that was just under a bridge, so I got dark there. I don't know if I should say my bad, but it's dark under a bridge. Anyway, I had been talking to a friend of mine who was talking about how they've been reading quite a lot about purpose and fulfillment and knowing where you want to go in life, and all that's great and well, but I just had a problem with how they're starting to feel like they're being behind because they don't even know what they really want to do or how they're gonna get to where they want to get. They feel like they're sort of stuck, and I'm like, but yeah, it just doesn't work like that, is it? Just the whole fact that you're already reading stuff, you're already preparing yourself for whatever it is that you might end up going into is already a sign of progress. The fact that you're reading books, I mean, I hate reading books, and they were telling me about they've read so many books, and I was like, what, you read all that in just the 2 days that we've spoken? Like, yeah, no, wow, geez, you're doing better than me even. And this is a person who thinks that I'm quite in a much better position because of how things seem. I seem like I've figured stuff out. I seem like I know exactly what I want. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly how to get there and so on. And yeah, I would take that with a pinch of salt, because yeah, sure, maybe I have a much better idea now of where I'd like to go, what I want to do, what I believe my purpose is in this life. But that does not mean that I have everything figured out to the T. It doesn't. There's still a lot that I'm learning every single day as we speak. Well, as I speak right now, there's new things that I'm learning. There's new discoveries that I'm making. There's changes that I'm making to my dreams. There's changes that I'm making to my trajectory, my route, the route that I'm taking, the things that I do, my actions. They're changing all the time because every day I'm evolving, I'm learning, I'm becoming what I believe to be a better person. And a lot of what I'm doing to get me all the more closer to where I want to go. And I may be taking some wrong steps. That happens a lot. Take wrong steps in life, you take wrong turns, and maybe you realize later, oh crap, that was a wrong turn, that decision was wrong. Or maybe you never get to realize it, and now so many years later you've wasted all that time doing stuff that really was detrimental to your success and where you're going. So it's not as rosy or as green as it may seem. So the point I'm trying to make here is that patience is very important. My notes. Patient. Just distracted by the cops there because I'm recording a video when I'm driving, so you know. Anyway, patience is important in any journey in life. We must learn to wait our turn and to live out our own timeline. Timeline. Just stay in your own lane. Be the person you want to be. Be the person you want to be. You want to see yourself become. And don't look at what other people are being and what they're doing and what they have and what they don't have. Just focus on what you want and what you have and the situation in which you're in. Each one of us is born, lives, and dies independently. So whatever other people are going through is really none of our business, really. So what we must learn to do is to reference ourselves to our hearts, and not to what other people have achieved, not to where other people are, and not to what other people have. And we should just simply take it one step at a time, because this life thing is really not predetermined. You could be someone who follows all the rules, does just about everything right, and then one day you're on your way to church and you just get hit by a bus, because that's just how life works out, you know. Things happen to people, and if you are a person, things are gonna happen to you. Now, whether or not these things are good or bad is completely up to chance. Now, things just happen to anyone. So being worried about where other people are and where, as long as you know where you want to go, you have an idea that you want to be something else, and you start going on the journey of self-discovery, self-knowledge, knowing yourself, discovering yourself, finding out what you want to do in life, in future, what you want to achieve, what you think your purpose is. The moment that you start going on that journey is the moment that you perhaps start winning. I mean, yeah, sure, you could still fail, but that moment, that when you start doing those things, that's when you should be happy. Because the pursuit of happiness is not a 2-year thing, it's not a 3-month thing, it's not a 2-day thing. It's just a thing that no one knows how long it's gonna take, no one knows if it's ever gonna end, no one knows anything. We just have to pursue it. But the journey itself, the pursuit itself, that pursuit of happiness is amazing. So just be patient, wait your turn, live your life the way you see it best for the future you, because that's the person with whom you're gonna die. And hey, you could die tomorrow, just putting it out there. So just like this video and subscribe to this channel. You know, that also helps you live a longer life. I'm kidding. And don't do silly stuff like driving and recording videos, because that's just outright dumb. Do things that make sense, you know, and pursue your happiness, pursue your well-being, financially, mentally, physically, psychologically. That's very important. Stay frosty, stay healthy. I'll see you guys in the next next video. Group, where did I get that? Jeez. Well, you'll see me anyway, hopefully. Please come back to watch some more, come back to learn some more. It's quite fun out here.